Hello, my lovely visionary unicorns and the world of YouTube. My name is Kira, and I'm a manifestation success mentor and coach. And this is my vlog from 9 to 5 to Entrepreneur, where I share with you my insights, my thoughts, the things that I've learned after going from a 9 to 5 job to the entrepreneur life. And today I wanted to give you an update with some things. Hello to whoever just came in. It's good to have you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I wanted to give you some updates on what's been going on and how the from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur belly journey is going. So I got a bit of phlegm in my throat. Been drinking some excellent kombucha from Brew Doctor. Just found out that Costco, I haven't been to Costco in 3 years, has kombucha in bulk, and it's amazing. It's like such a good deal, such good value. I believe I got 6 kombuchas for the price of like 4 kombuchas or 3. I don't know. Kombucha can be expensive. So I have a different scenery. In my last video, I was at my condo, and I have officially moved out of my condo. I don't think I'll go into the reason why I moved out of my condo. Maybe I will do a video on that some other time, but I'm officially back in my old room at my family's house. And this was a really hard decision for me to make because, I never really thought that I would eventually go back to my parents' house to live here. But from a financial standpoint, and also from where my business and where my entrepreneurship journey is going, it made a lot of sense. I have been intending for many, many months for me to be able to have all the like house chores and stuff just kind of done for me, and I wouldn't have to worry about them. And I'm very blessed and grateful and thankful that this is the case. This is the case at my family's house. Like I I moved here last Friday, and no one really wants me to do any chores. They don't want me to do anything. Like I'll offer to do chores. I'll start washing the dishes, and like my dad will be like, "Don't do that. Let your mother do that." And I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "All right." It sounds like everyone has like their own kind of role here, and I'm not gonna take over anyone's roles. If someone decides to change their mind, yes, I'm all open to adding a role to my plate. But so far, this is what it's gonna be. So it's been really great because I have just been able to focus on resting and recharging, which is exactly what I wanted in my dream life, and also just working on my business and also on the things that I do to bring income in, but also to like live my life. And my expenses have been cut down by like 80%. The things that I do have to pay are some like drywall stuff to fix up the condo, um, my internet bill still, and then anything that comes through from my electricity bill after the last day of electricity, which was on July 1st. So, yeah. And then also my property taxes as well um, that I need to pay. So we've got that, and then anything else that I have for my own personal expenses and stuff. So, and also I need to pay off my debt. So now that's in place. It's been really nice. I've been adjusting to this environment, and it's nice because it's like I have lived here before, so it just took me a few days to adjust. I'm still adjusting as we speak, but it took me much shorter to adjust than I thought it would. And I'm still moving my stuff around and figuring out where I want to place things. And my mom has been asking me to, stack my suitcases together so we can store them. But I still have some stuff in my suitcases. So I'll be able to go through that in a few weeks here. And yeah, so it has been really nice to be able to move back here, but also kind of like as a new and improved me and a different kind of identity because when I lived here, I used to work a 9 to 5 outside of my house. So I would I was just walking, I was going around the neighborhood, and I remembered the spot that I would cross every day to get to the other side of the road so I could get to the train station to go to work, and you know come back from work to my family's house. And I've been able to just kind of still eat my own diet here. And I've noticed that since I've moved here, my boundaries have been much stronger than they were before I moved out of here, which is awesome. Earlier today, I am trying to eat more vegetarian. I am a flexitarian, so there are some days where I'll eat meat, but I only eat specific meats like steak and like fish. But there are most days I just want to stay vegetarian, or still eat cheese, that kind of thing. Um, and today my mom, she makes amazing spring rolls, and they're meat spring rolls. And I asked her, I was like, "Do you have any veggie spring rolls?" And she's like, "No, I don't have any." And she's like, "Oh, just eat the meat ones." And I'm like, "No, I don't want it." And it was respected, and that was something that I used to worry about, having my boundaries respected here. But I realized that, I think my family is learning that it's important that I get my boundaries respected, um, because otherwise, I would actually just walk away from here. But anyways, we did find some vegan spring rolls in the freezer. My mom heated them up for me, but they did not taste very good after I ate them. So I was just like, they don't taste good. And now I'm eating some jiao, which is some rice congee. It has some fish in here. So it's pretty good. It's pretty healthy, and that's the kind of thing that I want to keep my diet at, especially with someone who doesn't have benefits. I don't have benefits anymore. I haven't really seen my doctor in a long time, so I need to arrange that. I want to keep my health as much as my top priority, and at at the best as possible, right? And I love manifestation because it does help me um, put that at the top of mind. But also, I allow myself to have more control of what I eat and what I say yes to eating, and I'm giving myself more permission to say no to what I don't want to eat. Right. I do have my cheat snacks, I'm eating a bunch of ghost pepper kettle chips here that are so amazing. And then I've had so many chocolate chip cookies in the last 3 days that my parents are commenting on it, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's so many cookies. You've been eating so many cookies." And I'm like, "Yeah, I have." But I think this is gonna be the last cookie for a while, because I'm I'm actually starting to I think my cookie tolerance is starting to get lower now. So my body is just kind of like, okay, I'm good. But yeah, so I moved in, and it's nice. It's been good. It's awesome because, I think things are a little bit different now, because I'm my parents don't really say anything if I go to bed really late or anything like that. They're totally understanding, which I'm really grateful for them being understanding that I work around the clock. And I do have my boundaries for my business, and also just on things that I'm working on. I'm I'm feeling based. I'm a projector, so I do things in a way that feels resonates with me. I don't have the traditional 9 to 5 work times or anything like that. I'm just like, you know what? I take action, then I sleep, recharge, I take action again, do my thing. I get dressed, I put my makeup on, um, I shower, take my bath, that kind of thing. I'm still me. So there's that. And then the second thing I wanted to talk about is just my routine now. So, I've been doing this from 9 to 5 to entrepreneur thing for a while. I think it's been 9 months now. It'll be 1 year in October, um, which is awesome. And I didn't just jump onto the entrepreneurship journey straight outside of my job. I have been doing this entrepreneurship thing for the last 3 years, and I don't just focus on like my business, but I actually have like Facebook Marketplace listings. And when I moved out, I listed a whole bunch of items for sale on Facebook Marketplace. And I've learned so many things about Facebook Marketplace over the last few years on how to really like sell my products and ways to have conversations with people, not chase people down. I find that if I have to chase someone down, they're really not interested in the product. So I don't even bother with these people who don't get the conversation flowing. But the ones who like actually purchase items from me, like they're the kind of people who are proactive, they're ambitious, and they ask questions of like, when can they pick up? Can they pick up now? Kind of thing. Where am I located? And then they tell me how they're going to pay me. Like it's very quick, efficient, easy. I love it. Um, so yeah. So I just realized that I have a routine now with everything and not just my business. So with my business, like I have a routine of like, jotting things down on my Trello board to reflect and also to just show myself and my business, like what did we do today in the business, right? And I've actually been tracking down my hours and I also track down my income as well, right? Because I do want to know how many hours and how much income am I bringing in based on the work and the amount of hours I'm putting in, because my goal with my business is to work less hours but bring more income in, right? And bring more income in. And that is something that I believe is possible. Like I'm sure it happens and it definitely has happened. The if I were to break down my prices in an hourly rate, I make much more than I did at my 9 to 5. So and I don't work on an hourly basis. I work on outcome basis and value based pricing. So um, yeah, it's amazing. And I also have a routine for my Facebook Marketplace listings too. Like, I was just looking at my listings because I actually had someone reached out and asked me if I had any more decks for sale. And I just sent them an email with pictures of my decks, and I needed to look up the prices. And I was like, oh my God, I don't remember how much I'm pricing these decks for. But then I was like, oh wait, don't I have them listed on Facebook Marketplace? So I went to Facebook Marketplace on Facebook and I saw that a lot of my listings needed to be renewed. So I just went through them one by one after sending that email to the friend who reached out to buy some more decks. Um, I renewed every single listing, and I was like, you know what, this is also my part of my routine, right? And I used to think that having a routine was really bad. I wanted every day to be spontaneous, but you know what, that was crazy, and I wouldn't do it again. I do like my balance, so I like to have half my day spontaneous and the other half planned. That way, I can have best of both worlds, and I'm not trying to fly by the edge of my seat every single second. And yeah, so I'm realizing, like I was just thinking in my head, um, what like renewing these listings, like this is something that I am doing now because I'm learning how to do this and I like doing this. But, down the line, I would love to hire a VA. And I'm like, this is something my VA can do. Like my VA can literally go into my Facebook Marketplace and start renewing all my listings for me. I wouldn't have to worry about it. So yeah, and then update on the VA situation. So I ended up actually postponing our meeting. We haven't rescheduled a date yet, but I have been talking about it again with another like business coach of mine, and they gave me some really good advice. So they said that you shouldn't really hire like a virtual assistant until you get at least 5 to 10 clients. And I agree with them 100% because right now financially it's actually not good for me to be paying this commission to my VA every single time the business makes money. And it's really hard. It's really hard for me to make this decision because I was so happy to have this person on board. She was really happy to be on board too. But I just feel like as time has went on, both of our priorities are now different. So I'm gonna email her and I'm gonna try to schedule. I'm gonna schedule something with her for next week. Um, just so that I can, you know, also figure out how I'm gonna like say that I won't need her services anymore. So I'm sure it'll be okay. And yeah, so my summary for today's video is, making sure that you you do what's best for you and your business and what you want to do in your life. Like, me moving into my parents is actually a really good move for me to do, because now I can just purely focus on the things that I want to focus on rather than things that I don't want to. Um, and when I'm ready, I can move out. Um, and The second thing is to have a routine in your business. So, whatever your business is, or if you have multiple businesses or multiple streams of income or whatever it is, make a routine for it. You want to make sure that you are checking in on it every once in a while. You don't have to check in on it every single day. Like, I don't check in on my Facebook Marketplace listings often. I check on them maybe once every 2 weeks, or whenever Facebook sends me a notification to renew my listings and stuff. And it's pretty good. So, and then the third thing that I'm also learning while I'm speaking with you here is to get tons and tons of help. So, I am working with a new business coach now. And I'm also working with several other business coaches, not like officially, but they've been helping me out and we've been having conversations and stuff. And honestly, like, I can use all the help that I can get, because my number one focus in my business is to get more juicy premium high ticket clients, um, because yeah, I'm done with survival mode right now. um, so I'm focusing on building relationships right now in my business and also outside of my business, getting lots of sun every single day, making sure that I'm moving my body, making sure that I'm eating foods that nourish me, and then also foods that may not nourish me but I like eating. Making sure that I have my kombucha, making sure that I've got my water, and just also just like doing like things like making my bed, doing my laundry, making sure that I'm making myself at home, right? That's important. Like, I had my plants outside for a few days because my parents were like, oh, plants should be outside, but I was like, no, some plants don't need to be outside. But there are my snake plant and my money plant. Snake plant's name is Charlie. The money plant's name is Money. And They're in here in my room now, which is really nice because they're actually my desk plants that I had at my condo before. And now they're on the desk that I'm using right now in my room, which is really great. So I'm really happy that I have them here. It definitely feels more like home. Um, and everyone has been really helpful so far with helping me get like this room cleaned, and also just um, I've also been doing whatever I can to just make my room a little bit more at home. Like, I've added a bit of my clothes into the closet. Um, and then I've added like my bag here to the dresser, and like I've added some things into the dresser too. So, yeah, things have been going great so far. And right now, my focus is on cash flow and clients, and also serving my clients to the best of my ability. I'm getting a ton of follower and client successes and results and testimonials this week. Like, I slept in on Tuesday and then I woke up to like so many people messaging me and commenting and just telling me all the good things that have been happening since we've been chatting and since our sessions, and since they've read my content. And oh my god, it's just like so amazing. I'm just so blessed and so grateful. I had one of my followers comment on a post that I made about, being authentic, and how being authentic actually makes you a magnet for what you desire. And my follower was like, well, Kara, you're an authentic inspiration. Like, you know, because of your advice, I was able to take the leap from my 9 to 5 and start doing landscaping with my father. And like, I'm more fit, I'm healthier, I don't know, I'm feeling better. My pain is gone. Like, that's so amazing. And he loves his commute. Like, he just loves every day, and he just loves his work. And, the clients are not stressful at all. Like, that he has, and he just loves his life. So I'm so happy for him. And I had my one client tell me how like her boyfriend's been more attentive, and he's been planning activities for her, and he's been making time for her, and like she's been able to communicate with him much better, and she has like more like confidence in her relationship now. And before, she was just very frustrated and anxious in her relationship. Now she's like so confident in her relationship. And then I had a follower slash person that I did some consulting work for. She actually told me that she got paid extra, like last week or something, and she made like so much money. Now she's like almost done paying off her debt, which is so amazing. So, um, yeah. And then for me, like all of this is like my results too. And I manifested a couple of really awesome things the other day too. Like um I went to the mall the other day for the first time in a long time here, and I was looking for slimes, but I didn't know what they were called, so I thought they were just called like squishy cups or something. I knew they weren't called squishy cups, but that's all my mind could really think of after doing like a 12-hour move. But we did not drive for 12 hours, but it was 12-hour move in total. And then I posted about it on social media. I'm like, anyone know what this is called? And then I started googling it, squishy cups, squishy teacups, and I found it, slime cups. And then I found out about the brand Dope Slimes, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I went to the mall the other day, and for some reason I just felt really pulled to go into the Showcase TV store, and I usually never really go in there. But I went in there, and then I was like, oh my god, this place would definitely have slimes. And so I asked them, and they definitely had the Dope Slimes. And then they also had this matcha bubble tea can that I have been looking for like ages, right? I didn't even know it existed, but in my mind, I knew it existed because I was like, if I can imagine it, it exists in some reality out there. And like I went to Circle K in my old neighborhood, and they would only have two flavors, milk tea and taro. And I was like, but I want matcha bubble tea in a can, right? I just think that's so cool. And it's actually really cool because my friend posted his matcha bubble tea in a can. It was a different brand over social media, and I was like, "Where'd you get it?" And he's like, "Oh, I got it at this place called like Whole Foods or whatever." And I was like, "Oh, cool! I gotta go check it out." But I don't have that near me, so I said that, and then it doesn't matter where I go or whatever it is, but the thing that was important to me was getting the matcha bubble tea. It didn't matter what brand; it was the matcha bubble tea that I wanted. And inside that Showcase store, they also had the matcha bubble tea that I was looking for. And then, I have also been asking myself and asking people if there's still Dunkaroos available, because 2 weeks ago, their Dunkaroo ice cream launched from my one of my favorite ice cream stores in Calgary called Village Ice Cream. And I was talking to the scoopers, and they were telling me that you know they weren't sure if Dunkaroos still existed. And inside the Showcase TV place, they had Dunkaroos, and I was telling the sales rep in there about how I was looking for all these things, and she's like, "Oh, we had Dunkaroos here for 2 years." I was like, "Oh, I had no idea. That's so cool." So I found three things that I have been searching for, not like, chasing after or anything like that, but I've been searching for in a while. I might have been chasing for the slimes for a bit, but I was so happy, and I got to feel the slimes too. It's very cool. I definitely want to try them out, and I'll take one of everyone everything. So yeah, so that is my updates, and I'd love to hear what you're up to, and I'd also love to hear if you really enjoy watching these updates from Notified Entrepreneur. It's a journey, it's a roller coaster, it's also a fun pool. It's also a fun ride, and I'm loving it. Loving every single moment of it, and I'm very grateful. So I'll see you all next time, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these vlogs. Also hit the like button so that you can spread manifestation, and also the 9 to 5 to entrepreneur vibes everywhere, so that people can have confidence to quit their 9 to 5 and go straight into entrepreneurship. So, see you all next time. Bye. Love you.